Have you ever felt like you're constantly fighting? Fighting against your circumstances, fighting to change things, fighting to make everything perfect. It's exhausting, isn't it? We're told from a young age to be go-getters, to never give up, to push harder and harder. And while that determination is valuable, there's another often overlooked power in our lives, the power of letting things be. This might sound passive or lazy, but it's actually one of the most active and courageous things you can do. It's about recognizing that you can't control everything. Think about it. You can't control the weather, you can't control traffic, and you certainly can't control what other people think or do. We spend so much energy trying to manipulate these external factors, and what does it get us? Stress, anxiety, and a whole lot of frustration. Imagine you're trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes a tremendous amount of effort. Your muscles are tense, you're straining, and you can't focus on anything else. That's what it's like when we try to force outcomes in our lives. We're constantly battling against the natural flow of things. But what happens when you let go of that beach ball? It pops right up to the surface, effortlessly floating. That's the peace that comes from letting go. Letting things be doesn't mean giving up on your goals. It means giving up the struggle. It's about planting the seeds, watering them, making sure they get sunlight, but then trusting the process of growth. You can't force a flower to bloom by pulling on its petals. In fact, doing so would destroy it. You have to let it unfold in its own time. Our lives are much the same. We have our dreams, our ambitions. We should absolutely work towards them. We should make the calls, send the emails, practice the skills. That's the work. But once we've done our part, the next step is to release our tight grip on the outcome. This is where the magic happens. When we stop trying to micromanage every detail, we create space for unexpected opportunities and solutions to appear. Think about a time you were trying to solve a really difficult problem. You racked your brain for hours, getting more and more stuck. Then you finally gave up for a bit. You went for a walk, took a shower, or just did something else. And suddenly, out of nowhere, the answer just popped into your head. That's the power of letting go. By stepping back, you allowed your subconscious mind to work, free from the pressure of your conscious striving. This principle applies beautifully to our relationships as well. How often do we try to change the people we love? We want them to be more organized, more ambitious, less sensitive. We push and we nudge, creating tension and resentment. But what if we just let them be? What if we accepted them, flaws and all, just as they are? When we do that, we give them the freedom to be their authentic selves. And ironically, that's often when they experience the most positive growth, because they feel safe and loved, not judged and pressured. Letting go is a practice of acceptance. It's looking at a situation, even a difficult one, and saying, this is what is right now. It's not about liking it. It's not about approving of it. It's simply about acknowledging reality without fighting it. When we're stuck in traffic, we can either spend the whole time fuming, honking, and raising our blood pressure, or we can accept that we're not moving right now. We can put on some music, listen to a podcast, or just breathe. The traffic doesn't change, but our entire experience of it does. One path leads to stress, the other to peace. The biggest obstacle to letting things be is fear. We're afraid that if we let go, everything will fall apart. We fear that if we don't control every outcome, we'll fail. We're afraid of the unknown. But here's the secret. You are already equipped to handle whatever comes your way. You're more resilient than you think. By trying to control everything, we are essentially telling ourselves that we don't trust our own ability to adapt and respond to life as it unfolds. True strength isn't about bending the world to your will. It's about being flexible enough to flow with it. It's like a mighty oak tree in a storm versus a bamboo. The rigid oak tree can snap and break under the immense pressure. The bamboo, however, bends with the wind, yielding to its force, and when the storm passes, it stands tall once again. By letting go of our rigidity, we become like the bamboo, unbreakable. So how can we start practicing this? It begins with small moments. The next time you feel that familiar tension rising, that urge to control, to fix, to force, just pause. Take a deep breath. Notice the feeling. Ask yourself, what would happen if I just let this be for a moment? You don't have to solve it forever, just for right now. Let go of the beach ball just for a second. Let the messy kitchen be messy for another hour. Let your friend have their opinion, even if you disagree. Let the uncertainty about the future just be there, without needing to have it all figured out this instant. With each small act of letting go, you are building a muscle. You're training your mind to find peace not in control, but in trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, trust that even when things don't go according to your plan, you will be okay. Sometimes letting things be is what brings us the very thing we were striving for in the first place, but it arrives in a way we never could have planned. It brings us peace. It brings us clarity. It brings us closer to others. And most importantly, it brings us back to ourselves. So I invite you to try it. Find one small thing today that you can consciously choose to let be. Release your grip, take a breath, and see what happens. You might be surprised by the lightness and freedom you find on the other side. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our community. Let me know in the comments what you're choosing to let be today. See you in the next video.